And we're live.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, Buckman? Haven't talked to you in a while. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. It's been
Long week.
yeah, it's been busy, busy, busy. And I've been Christmas stuff, and whatnot.
Ah,
And I was
yes,
away
the
for a
Christmas
couple of
stuff.
weeks.
Right, right. Oh,
So
yes, Europe. How was it? Was it good?
it was good. It was good. It was cold.
Yeah.
And I only saw sun. I was there, I think, 12 days. I think I saw sun on day 11, you know. The only thing that made me feel better was it was it was like the shittiest day we had there was the day we left.
hmm
So I felt good about leaving. But beautiful places,
Night
man.
11.
Beautiful
Oh.
places. I
Yep.
was
Nice.
I,
Good to hear, buddy.
I was very happy. I really dug Prague
Prague. Yeah.
and a lot, and I liked Vienna a lot. Vienna, the thing I liked about Vienna was they have all these
The sausages. Sure.
outdoor cafes. They didn't like their
Mm-hmm.
sausages. These
No.
all these outdoor cafes that you can sit outside, like have cappuccino and smoke, you know.
Yeah. Have a nice gar,
And they're yeah,
a nice
but it's
stick, a nice bat.
there. But it was harder to find a place to smoke there than it was in New York.
Mm.
You
Really?
know,
Is it? Are they like strict with like the smoking? Like
and
where in
the
Prague? You're saying?
no, this was in more in Vienna than Prague.
Got it.
But so I like the this is going to get me in trouble. I like thin cigars, right?
Right.
Like not the big fat ones. So
Spaghetti
like
cigars.
they're rings, big fat one is 50,
Sure.
55 ring
hmm
and
Right. Right. You like a 42?
yeah, even a 39. But anyway, I
Oh.
smoked these Romeo and Julietas that are
Yep.
32 ring, right? They're 4.5 inches long. They're 32 ring. But when you buy them in when you buy them in Vienna, they're made in Cuba,
Okay.
right? And I never actually smoked the same ones, the same brand and box
Right. Right. Right.
here as I had there. But I'm like going, oh man, this is a great cigar. Like I loved it. It tasted great. Um, and then I came back to New York, bought the same one, the box and everything. These ones are made in the Dominican, and they just don't compare. And
Got
it's
it.
like, now I got 60 of them, so
Oh,
I'm gonna
send
have.
some over my way, baby.
I buy I usually buy them from some place called Best Cigar
Okay.
Prices,
Mm-hmm.
and they
That's
ship them.
online or yeah.
Yeah, it's online, and they ship them. They usually have deals, and on this one, like I don't remember what the price was, but I bought 60 of them. Anyway, the point of the story is that so in Vienna, they were like $8,
Hmm.
right? A pack,
American or euros?
euros. So but like say 7, 8 euros. It wasn't a lot. And in Vienna, they were like 16.
Hmm.
And
Wow.
I went, and I went everywhere. But the weird thing is you gotta find a tobacco store, right? You can't
Yeah.
buy them just anywhere.
Right.
But cigarettes are everywhere. The average price was
Damn.
€5.75.
God damn it.
And booze, which I don't drink, I was depressed. Booze was like super cheap.
Nice.
There was a knockoff bottle of Jack Daniels, right? Like a fifth or whatever. And I think it was $6.99 in the store I was in. And
Okay.
I'm like, that's
Well,
great.
Jack's
I
pretty cheap anyway, usually, isn't it?
Yeah, not be it, but it's half the price. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah. I
if,
get you.
if you bought the same, if I went in Jersey and tried to buy the same thing, it'd be $13.
Gotcha.
And it's
Gotcha.
all
Yeah.
because
It's
of
cool.
taxes and everything. It's almost
Tariffs,
like,
dude.
yeah, tariffs, man. And private health insurance. That's what's causing the problem.
Do you know that Mangione he didn't even have United Healthcare?
No, he just picked the guy out, man.
He just like chose United Healthcare because apparently they, double up on the rate on the. They have twice as many denied claims or whatever. Okay. Whatever.
But the thing is United
Some
Healthcare.
sketchy shit about that, if you ask me.
United Healthcare does a lot of poorer people and
Oh.
stuff.
Oh, I
Like
see.
they do a lot of the lower, not the
Ah, makes sense.
like.
The
So
urban.
I went from United Healthcare to Aetna to Cigna, and each one was a bit of a step up, but it's not that bad. But what happens is like these people want shit that they're just not really entitled to.
Yeah.
No, but it's like, you go in,
I got insurance now.
well, you hurt your knee and you're going, well, I want an MRI. And they're like, well, it's not the way it works, right?
Hmm.
Like we try other things and then you get your MRI. But I love these guys complaining about private health insurance. I see Rochi's on here. And that's like in England, the fucking country's about to go bankrupt because of their healthcare system. And anything I ever read about England is about their censorship. And if it's not their censorship, it's their National Health Service. And then they're trying to pass a bill in New York to make New York state health insurance like Canada. In Canada, you've got a 13-week wait for an MRI. And if you need a PET scan to diagnose cancer, generally speak, you will almost 100% fall outside the guidelines for diagnosis, meaning that it's just not, the thing's not there. You can't it's great, right? You're paying for it in your taxes, but all these idiots think that they're not going to be paying for it. You know how much your taxes are going to be?
I
Anyway,
know.
that's
Well, it's enough of our world-class banter.
that's my political take for the night.
We have to start shitting on Ray.
I know. I never shit on Ray.
No.
I like Ray.
Last night was doozy, though. Last couple days in MLC have been doozy. You got called out. You got called out on fucking on Thursday from the chat pretty hard. They were going after you. Maybe it was Friday. They were going after you pretty good. The Friday morning show.
Oh,
Like,
is this
who would have thought that this guy, who thinks that Buckman's ever had a threesome?
It's all the beta males. Like I'm shocked
right.
because it's like people my age, like a threesome was just sort of a natural part, Like growing up in New York, I was away from my time in the military, then came back, but just growing up in New York and being an adult in New York, threesomes were just part of the way the world worked, Young and virile. We didn't have like all that legal marijuana to suck out our sex drives.
I know.
All right, I'll let you answer this first. Gent is a good egg.
I like Ray. I don't mind the disrespect. I think it's fun. I think it just further shows how much of a hypocrite that Ray is sometimes. It doesn't bother me. Look, these people, let them be how they are. It gives me some juice. It helps promote me a little bit. I gain 1 or 2 followers every time I do a show. I just need to get to 500, and then I'll stop doing Ray show, honestly, probably. But what really pissed me off, though, recently with Ray is that Leo Gunn, that fucking bitch, keeps blocking me in his goddamn chat, which is a fucking act of violence, and doesn't let me super chat Ray anymore. So the fun is gone anyway. And then I get blocked in chat. I can't even talk to my friends in chat. So then Ray unblocks me. Leo Gunn blocks me again. And then Ray's like, well, what are you saying to him? I'm not even saying anything to this guy. Maybe I called him a pay pig once or twice. But then he's like, Sarah, you're going to be at AC, you 50-year-old man. Come, I'll beat the fuck out of you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay.
Wait, did you say you were going to beat him, or did
he came at me first? He thought that I was like some 50-year-old guy, some, I don't know, some 50-year-old guy that whatever. And he just started saying he wants to beat my ass in AC. I said, all right, dude, I'll come to AC, beat my ass. But with Ray, I just got a little pissed too because I super chatted KB yesterday. And I was like, Leo Gunn's a little bitch, fucking, fight me in AC, trying to be funny too. And Ray's like, I have no idea why he's saying that. No idea.
I like Leo, and but Ray just gets.
I have no problem with Leo either, by the way.
Everything gets. I know, Ray just gets. He's like, he gets nervous. He's just nervous about everything. you know, and
The with the Ray too, like I didn't mean to cut you off, but like he got roasted for the DMs last night. He got absolutely roasted, and maybe it might show on the clip that I put in private chat, but he was getting roasted on MLC for like like Leo Gunn was like stop DMing me, and I told you the same thing, and I told Ray the same thing even before the show, because Ray sends me these messages. Because before, when Ray would send me a message, hey, I'm going live at 11:30, or if you're into it or whatever, that meant I'm gonna send you the link. You want to come on the show? Now he keeps sending me that fucking thing, and I'm thinking, all right, you want me to come on the show, or are you just sending me the link? And then sometimes he sends me the link, sometimes he doesn't. I have no idea what he means by this. So it's quite confusing.
When I was in Zion, I got that right. I'm going blah blah. If you're into it, it was like 2 o'clock, and he said it was going to be 4 o'clock, whatever my time, and I'm like, yeah, sure, but I got to get set up, and so anyway, I go back to the hotel. I get out my laptop. I'm putting everything together, and I'm like, Ray, you can send me the link. Ray, you can send me the link. And he said he said to me, he then says to me, he's like, calls me later. He goes, no, man, when I put that up, I just, I'm just letting you know, like, if you're into watching the show. And I was like, you say that, but it's not like that. That may be for other people, but for people that are on your show, it means, are we into it? Like, you want to do the show? And it's like, oh yeah. And then, yeah, I won't do that. And I get it. I get the same one all the time,
Yeah. And that's but whatever. I'm like, I don't even care. Again, dude, Ray's fine. It's gonna be fine, guys. This is KB shtick. He's gonna yell. He's gonna treat Ray like shit. And I've given Chad. I hate Chad. I hate him. But this is the only thing I'll ever give him props on. I'm like, yeah, at least you know how to do Misery Loves Company. Like same thing with Buschetti. Ray, I hate him. Ray tries to do bits. Ugh, it kills me, dude. It kills me. Ray, KB sees it from a mile away. Ray was jump starting some fucking bullshit bit. Something about, I can't even remember what it was. They brought up something and he was like, oh yeah, what's the deal with such and such? And it's like, dude, no. We don't want you riffing right now, dude.
Yeah, but he's funny. He's and he's opinionated, like off camera when you talk to him. He gets mad. He'll be mad at stuff, and then as a friend, he say shit to you. But then on camera, it's like, no, man, I don't want to be part of this. And I always tell him the same thing, which is he says he doesn't want to do the Dabbleverse or be part of the Dabbleverse. And I'm like, then you're either in or out. If you're doing KB's show, you're in the Dabbleverse. It is the way it is.
You leading the Dabbleverse. You
right. If you don't want to do it.
You number one in comedy, super chatted.
And look, I don't know this from him, but just appearance-wise, when he was like in the Dabbleverse, like fully officially in and doing shows and stuff, I am sure he was making significantly more money than he is now.
Probably. I mean, I don't know exactly. His shows during the day don't get all that much juice.
Right.
Usually after 10, it starts to get a little bit better, especially when he feeds off of MLC a little bit. But the like same thing with Gino, dude. Oh, again, right, Gino's fine. I
want to hold Gino for later because I want to.
I just wanted to compare to one thing here, since we brought it up, which is Gino keeps on shitting on the Dabbleverse, says I'm not in the Dabbleverse. Then what does he do? He has Steve Grillo on to talk Stuttering John, and it's like, I'm trying to like you, Gino. I'm trying to give you the benefit of that. I don't know you, Gino. Everybody says you're a piece of shit, and it's like, okay, don't show me you're a piece of shit, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I this is the thing I want to, but I want to. Genta puts this stuff up.
I know a lot,
I love and I know she's like, but you answered. I want to answer. Okay.
Yeah.
And the answer is, I am a nobody, and nobody would know who I am at all if it weren't for Ray. You know, Ray was my what's the word they call it? Not access comedian. What do they say that gate my Ray was
Gateway, your gateway.
my gateway to the Dabbleverse.
It's not gay at all.
You know, and but yeah, but you think he's rude, and I get it. He is
The
rude
boy don't
online,
know
but
better.
I don't think he knows how to respond. I
The-
really don't think he knows how to respond. And you know, this may or may not be true.
It's so true, though. It's so true, and I would kill for his audience.
Right,
Dave,
exactly.
sir, I would kill. You want to have my audience, Dave, sir? I'm so much bigger than you are.
But I think that the reason why that's true is because Ray works at that. You know, like
Yeah, he works at being a nobody.
he puts
Like,
effort.
He tries to be.
He puts effort. He puts effort into it. You know, I've told him like a dozen times. You know, when you talk about Gino, that Gino is shitting on him and trying to destroy him, like calling the stand and trying to get his show canceled and all that other stuff. And Ray's like, "No, I just wish good for him, man. I just hope it." I'd be like, "Fuck you." I'd be all over. I'd be all over him.
Like,
You know?
like again and again, Genta. I know what you mean. This is like it's either sleazy on our behalf or it's self mutilating. Either way, it's either way, it's not good. But we're pieces of shit. I'm not beneath it. And essentially, let's just be real. I'm just trying to climb. The more I'm on Ray's show, the more Kevin will see me, and I'll go back on MLC. I'll get a fucking maybe I'll take Stevie Lou's gig. But fucking, but the last thing I'll say about Ray, I mean, we can get to the clip too. I mean, the clip's long, so it's not really like a clip,
Right. No, we can get there. We can do Ray.
But with like, yes, he knows not what he does a lot of times, and his defenses are just there. It's crazy. He's got Iron Dome defenses. You can't. There's nothing you could say or do, like unless he's on somebody else's show. Really, is when his defense comes down a little bit more. But then it's still everybody's just shitting on him 24/7, and he just wants to do a silly goose show. And I get it. I feel bad for him because he's wrapped up in this. And I've thought about it too with the Dabbleverse stuff. Like I already get it. I'm already pigeonholed as cocaine guy, the Dabbleverse thing. Like I'm pigeonholed already. And it's like I just want to play my video games and listen to some bullshit. Like, don't try to pigeon me. Don't try to make me do this to people. I don't like it, but I love it. I can't. I don't want to be doing it though.
Well, you know, part of why we get along and we're good as adversaries here is that we don't agree. We don't agree, right? Like,
Yeah.
we don't agree. We don't agree on a lot of stuff. Like, you'd love to get on MLC, and MLC is the last thing that I want to do. The last thing. You know, when I had
It's,
I've
it's
had a
fun to
couple,
beg, by the way. I'm not like really. I just think it's funny that I beg to get on MLC and pretend to climb over Ray to get on. The
No,
show.
I know, but you call.
Just
But
be real. But I will heed the call.
Right, but when you talk to me, right, you're always that's one of the first questions is, "Oh, did you see what happened with
Yeah, you don't
MLC
watch
today?"
that. Yeah,
and
you
I'm like,
don't
"No,
watch
no."
It's like with Steel Toe. It's like I don't even care. This is like that's like your MLC. It's like you don't. I have no interest in it.
Yeah,
Great.
I admit that I'm steel toe obsessed, but not, but I don't watch his show,
Yeah, no,
And
I hear you.
There was a time when I don't know when I was first doing, switched over from the radio and all that other stuff a couple of years ago to YouTube or podcasts. Used to listen to just like a lot of Apple podcasts during the day, and came over to YouTube. Steel Toe was passive. It was like a passable morning show.
Yeah, I listened to it in the morning.
And
Like in like 2020, late 2020. I was listening to it in the mornings.
right, and so but I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed because it's similar reason to me being obsessed by like Stuttering John or Joey C, guys like that. Is it's like they're just so delusional. It's like, and it fascinates me, right? It really like, and the thing is particularly Steel Toe and Gino. for me because they both have talent. I know that nobody buys that with Gino, but they both have talent, right? I mean, Aaron would
Nobody buys that with Gino. Gino's got a little
everybody,
bit of talent.
Aaron would be like in a small market, morning radio show. He'd be fine, but he keeps trying to be something he's not.
Yeah.
And nobody buys. There's nobody on the planet that buys him as a tough guy.
No, but he's got that long reach and the boxing skills. And too, real quick with the Ray and the with the Gino thing, I just wanted to mention this real fast, which was remember when like I was trying to help Ray like do videos. I still even have videos for him that I've given to him. He's never even uploaded them once or anything. I did them the long way. I put the caption over it. I fucking zoomed in. It's great. It's great video work. I might even just play it here so we can watch it. But like he's like, and I remember Gino a few months ago was like talking some shit about him, and I was like, hey, you want me to like clap back, make a video of you clapping back at Gino or something like that?
No, man,
Like,
I only wish him well.
I just, you don't have to worry about it, man. Don't worry. I'm like, no, this is like this is what the internet's for, Ray. Like, it's like, it's okay. That's not what I want. I'm like, and I get it. It's not what you want. It's not what you want. But
I had a DM conversation today with Dan from Nice Podcast Stupid, and we were just bullshitting. But I put, one of my DMs to him was, Ray and Joey both have one thing in common. They both have a lot of ideas, but rarely put them into action. And
yeah,
you and I, since probably before the summer started, we're talking about let's get him set. Ray, let's get him set up. Let's produce with him. Let's get him clips. Let's get him all that stuff. And it's like, well, man, I don't know. I don't that Dave. I don't know about Dave. And then,
I mean, dude, I got such a bad reputation. Even with
then
Ray.
it's like, oh, okay. He's like, then he's ready, but you're not ready. Like you have moved on. But then the other thing is like now he's talking about all the things that we were talking about him doing 8 months ago is the stuff that he wants to do now. And
yeah, watch here. Let me see if I even have the video here. I'm gonna share my screen, but it's the same thing. Like, you're 100% correct. Like, we talked on the phone. You're at Costco. Within 1 hour of us talking on the phone, I had a video ready for him, and that was almost a month ago, and he still hasn't even uploaded the video. I sent it to him and everything. Free video, free publicity. It has nothing to do with the Dabbleverse. It has to do with Ray. It's funny. It's those gay guys, that came on. Like, here, let me see if I can.
Yeah, see if you can find it. And
it's just a small little example.
Yeah. While you look for it, I'm gonna put Genta back.
Yeah.
Up.
Put some Genta.
No, they're both grifting losers who put no effort into their show and blame everyone else for their failures.
Well, that's not incorrect. That's not incorrect.
But
she's not wrong.
I disagree because what happens is they do put effort into their stuff. The problem is it's sporadic, and it's like the guys are boxes of Roman candles, They get an idea, they light it, they run towards it, then it goes out. Then they wait a while and then they do it again. I don't, and Ray is not a grifter. I don't think we can put him in that category. He's not. And, Ray's never asked me for money. He's never asked me to stay at my place. I may have preempted that by saying it's not available, but, and people, it's weird because people do like him. Like, there was they had his birthday party, right?
Yeah.
There were like 20 people there, and everybody
he damned all of, hey, I'm gonna have a birthday party if you're down with the punks.
And everybody, people, we all enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah.
Who
was talking about it? Who was there that there was talking about? Was it
Leo? Your friend Leo?
Not Kevin Soundboard. Was it NJ Ranger?
Yeah, NJ Ranger was definitely there.
That guy, his show with Kevin Soundboard, That's a great show. Go watch that show.
So
Kevin Soundboard.
I haven't seen it, but I will say he was one of the people. There were several people that I hadn't met before that I really enjoyed meeting, um, and he was one of them. He's a sharp guy. He was smart. I met Leo for the first time, um, and that
What
was
is
awesome.
what's his stature? How big is that? What is
He's a
he?
big guy.
Yeah, old
Yeah,
big old
he
guy,
no, no, no,
big young
no.
guy.
Yeah, he's not. Look, he looked to me. I would guess, but I'm not the person to really guess. He was like, I'm gonna guess he's in his 40s,
Uh,
and
uh,
he's tall
uh.
and he's in good shape.
Oh boy.
You
So you're
know,
saying I got my work cut out for me when when I'm gonna fight him, right?
I would say, unlike John, this guy really could kick your ass.
Okay.
So
That's okay. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. If he
you
could
know.
kick my ass, that's okay.
But
It's okay.
and we just met there. We good guys talked a little bit, and then we've been DMing back and forth.
Oh, how cute.
Um, but the other guy that I met that I was really surprised that I liked as much as I did was Dirty Deeds.
Oh no shit, that guy was there too. I thought Dirty Deeds was a West Coast guy.
No, he's a Jersey guy.
Oh. Wait, who was the one? Oh, wait, who was the one that picked up um John's things? John's
Oh, you Vegas
his
Jerry?
no, his
No,
cushions, his cushions.
one of them is she's a woman, Chaka something on
Anyway, whatever.
hold on. No. It's not really that big of a deal. I can tell you pretty quick. Um, but yeah, there were what do you call it? I can't think of the guy's name, but I know. But the person that took the actual pictures of John's stuff was it's
right.
a woman and whose name. Yeah, this is what happens when you get old. I should
Yeah,
write
I
all
know.
these. If I was doing what I was supposed to do, I'd have all these names written down so I could, or on
Yeah.
screen,
Here,
written
let's
down as a metaphor for typing them into a computer.
try
But they're all
capturing a
good.
different
Somebody
screen.
on the chat's got to know who the guy was. But yeah, there was a West Coast guy. She was the one that went and took the pictures of it. And I remember it because they were giving the credit to the other guy, to somebody else. And they were giving credit to somebody else. And I was like, no, she's the one that actually took the pictures, but the guy is the one that actually sent them to DabbleCon.
Got it. All right, well, we'll figure it out. Anyway,
DabbleCon with black lights. That was
Yeah.
that was a trip, man.
Chaka, maybe.
Chaka
Anyway,
something. I don't
remember
know.
who it was.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
scroll
Dirty
through
Deeds,
this. So Dirty Deeds is a Jersey guy. He likes
the other
John.
one. No, fuck. I'm
Chaka
trying to remember.
Cone.
No, I
Chaka
okay.
Chaka Cone is the one that took the pictures. She's at Myopia Zadora
Okay.
on Twitter.
It's it wasn't shit show. Anyway, no, it wasn't shit show. All right, cool.
Yeah, something like that.
Fucking I don't remember.
Anybody know?
We messaged. I messaged with him recently.
Yes, Chaka.
No, hold on one second.
Chaka, yeah. Chaka was the one that went by his house. I don't know if they went by at the same time, but Chaka was the one that went by the first time and saw all the garbage that he left outside, the couch and the mattress and that stuff.
Couch cushion. Fucking hell, bro. It's gonna kill me now.
Yeah, so it was Chaka and I think shit is in the name actually.
Sheet Sheeterson,
Sheet Shitterson.
right? He did something. didn't
Yeah,
he?
he's the one that I think he's the one that actually got the cushions and shipped
Yeah.
them to Rochester.
And then he's also the one who did the fucking the thing that made that sick ass documentary.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
That's a lot. That's a lot of that.
I
The
know, it's a lot of
Clippers,
editing.
the Clippers guys, man. That's a lot of work. And then you got to like. I was telling my wife. I said, I wanted to clip something, and I'm like, I can't watch this. Like, it was an Aaron thing. steel toe, and I'm just like, I can't watch this asshole.
I
I'm
know.
screaming at my computer.
I know the Stuttering John stuff. I mean, there obviously weren't really Clippers back in the day, but like Stuttering John, like that's how I found about Carl and stuff. But Kumia and them, once they started ragging on Stuttering John, it started to get bigger and bigger. But yeah, so it's like it's hard to ingest guys like, excuse me, Aaron. I got the hiccups. Aaron and Stuttering John. It's hard to ingest them naturally now. Like, so it's like I was trying to listen to him and Clay the other day. It's fucking god awful, bro.
Part of the problem for me is when you're sitting there and you're like, okay, Stuttering John. The givens are he's an alcoholic and a failure, right? And he did have success, and he could have he basically, in my view, he's a lottery winner. He got lucky, right place, right time, right? His roommate that was originally supposed to be the intern for Stern got into a car accident. John got the job, sight unseen, right? Then Leno picked them up,
Yeah.
and it's like, that's great, but that's 30 years ago. What are you doing now? And he's calling himself a headliner comic. I mean, nobody believes that. And you're sitting there, and to me, being a sober guy and a 12 stepper, I'm like, oh man, I've heard these assholes every friggin' meeting I go to. Like, there's always some guy who thinks that he's smarter and better than everybody else, and you can't be the same when you get sober. And the reality is that most of the comedians, at least most of the comedians that I know that have gotten sober, have gotten better when they got sober. But it requires a certain degree of honesty.
Losers. Comedy's garbage. Comedians are losers. And that's what KB says, so that's what I say.
That's what Dave says. Yeah.
I
disagree.
Like yesterday,
You're just, what you're doing? You're being desperate that somebody tells KB, and he's got nobody to send a link to on Saturday night. He sends it to you, and
Wednesday.
So long, Schmuel.
Send it on Wednesday at 1 p.m. my time now. I got it. I'm not working. I make my own hours. I'm not working during the day anymore. So you baby, you need me, KB. I'm there for you, baby. tinfoilhive at gmail.com. I sent you the link. I sent you the links.
It's interesting that Mint Diggity puts this up.
Let me in.
I said this up. I was somewhere. It was like, we in the Dabbleverse should create a GoFundMe for the psychological help that these Clippers are going to need from watching all these shows.
Yeah, right. The CTS, the Clipper Traumatic Syndrome.
Syndrome, yeah. We'll all be involved in a class action suit 20 years from now,
Yeah.
You did this to me.
Were you anyone harmed by Clippers and the clipping? I mean, the documentary is one thing because the Clippers, obviously we love with Doom, Stalin, etc. Oh, by the way, I'll show you one that you're going to like from Peter Sky Parker. He's got a lot of nice little Aaron Imholt little snippets that you'll like. So go check out Peter Sky Parker now. He's got a bunch of little Aaron bites. So with I don't remember what I was saying. That was it. The bites.
Gotcha.
MLC.
So, and then aside from the Clippers.
Hold on.
Let
me finish my thought now, so I don't forget. That shit's hard, but you essentially, it comes in that day. You got to watch it. You got to record it, and you find some interesting angle. You clip it. Boom, boom, boom. You're not making a lot of edits. You got to put in your bumpers, but realistically, that stuff doesn't take that long. What Shitterson did, that's digging through archives.
Right.
That's pulling good shit that nobody's seen. There's clips in there that I'd never seen before, which blew me out of the water. Like I feel like I've seen everything from Stuttering John to a gross to like I've seen it overly more than I need to. Anyway, so now what were you saying? Sorry.
So what I want to say is also too the one the Clippers, amazing Their work is amazing. They make us every day. But once a week, Blind Mike, when he reviews these shows, it's fantastic, and you can tell he puts a lot of work into this stuff. So
He's got a
Blind
whole
Mike's
team
on
behind him.
Sundays, huh?
He's got a whole team behind him.
Well, I mean, they all work together, right?
He's
Is
got
it a team or do they just work together?
Electra. He's got the other dude, the producer.
Yeah, but he's still. All right. Well,
I'm not
why
talking
are
shit.
you
I'm fucking
shitting
around.
on him? I'm trying
I
to build
like
the guy
Blind
up here.
Mike.
All you got to do, all you had to do is go, yeah, Blind Mike, Sunday mornings. Just watch him.
Yeah, I listen every Sunday
I mean,
morning.
if you
Don't
want to
worry.
get on a
I'm
show
listening.
that's going to get you some juice, that's the show to do. Because if you go on Kevin, you're just going to look like, a beaten cat.
It's fine.
You
I don't
know?
mind. Yeah. No, before you start this story, I was on an episode with Blind Mike of Point Dabble Point, and I mentioned to him that I got coked out one night, and I made a complete episode of Why Are You Laughing on Dr. Katz, the animated show. I pulled clips from Dr. Katz. I pulled clips from Louis C.K., fucking Dave Chappelle. I compared the clips from Dave Chappelle and Louis to the ones on Dr. Katz. I studied the relationship between the son and the father. I sent to him. I never even got a response back. And I even told him, he's like, oh, I never saw that. He's like, or read it. I was like, oh, well, that's great.
You do know that he's blind, right? You're muted. We lost your sound. And while I'll take this moment to the Aussie guy, Blind Mike is the man. His steel toe coverage is the funniest. One of the reasons why it's the funniest is because Mike is able to pick up different angles on it. When the recent thing of the Beggy monster, it's just fucking hilarious, just hilarious. And but I like I like the way he goes for it.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can.
All right. Yeah. And
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, that's it. Just so I made that whole thing, never got a response back. But maybe we should do the episode of Why You Laughing. We'll do Dr. Katz episode of Why You Laughing.
Yeah, a TV show I never watched. We'll do that.
I'm supposed to present it to you.
Oh, okay. Then
play you the
I
clips?
know. So okay, so we'll do that. You'll present it to me, and then I will render my opinion.
We'll just call it Why You Laughing Now? Or Look Who's Laughing Now, or whatever.
There's another Blind Mike now, right? There's a Legion of Skanks Blind Mike.
They're both kind of, I guess, Blind Mike Geary was probably first, but Gay Blind Mike has been around for a long time too. But he also goes by Gay Blind Mike. But he's not gay. He's just
so
Gay
we,
Blind Mike.
Gay
Blind Mike.
We could have,
his eyes are useless. Gay Blind Mike.
Mm-hmm.
He can't see his own feet.
All right, we're good. We're good. We can move on from that.
Thanks, KB. You're my KB. You're my KB to my. I'm your KB. I'm your Ray to your KB.
KB's too nice.
Then you?
Yeah, I mean to you. No, I'm kidding. I mean, really, what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm too nice to you, is what I was trying to say. But my mind was looking across at the other screen where I have the.
I'm helping you right
Chad
now.
Zumach TMC thing set up.
I'm the man. I'm the star.
I'm the star.
Those 35 subscribers, that's because of me.
Wow.
And maybe because of that interview with Joey C.
And so I am in negotiation with Joey C to do a series.
After you criticize somebody for not following through with things and yada yada yada. Okay.
What's the answer to not following through with things?
Following through.
Following through with things.
Doing them. So just do it.
So what
Stop
I
talking
have
about it.
what
I can't wait.
What I have suggested with Joey C, and we're working on it, is that we put a plan together. We put a plan together.
Okay,
I don't want to.
Send me $2,500 for the plan, and we'll be done with it.
I don't want to put he has not. Joey's never asked me for money. I don't want to put. But I don't want to put a plan together for his life, because that's not what I'm interested in. But his stream and YouTubing and he's got all these ideas, but none of them ever come to fruition, or he does them once and then it goes away. So what I was trying to set up with him is like kind of a New Year's resolution for for his streaming, like for business, and then follow through on those things, you know? And I'm
Cool,
telling
man.
you, if you could get if I think if he could get that under control, he'd be able to get his, his other some of his other issues under control too. But it's going to require honesty, you know? And if we don't have
The
that,
one thing Joey struggles with.
Joey's not the only one, you know?
That's true.
And but we'll look, we'll see what
I
happens.
can't wait. I can't wait till I'm not allowed on another show.
No, you're always allowed on, that.
Oh, thanks, Schmuel.
The one, no, the reason why we did the we did the other one just because I really wanted to get, I wanted to understand, right? It might have been boring, but I wanted to understand
It
it.
wasn't boring at all.
And as you know,
It wouldn't have been any better with me. Don't worry.
no
that's not
more
true.
correct statement has been said.
I'm honest. What do I got to lie about? People are like, you should start lying. Stop. Whatever this is, stop being that. Start being something else. People don't want this. Whatever this is, people don't want it.
Yeah.
Start lying.
What I don't get is there's a big difference between not lying and just not
Omitting
saying
the truth.
no, or just not saying it. There are certain things that nobody really wants to know about your life.
Yeah, omitting the truth. Yeah.
Right?
You sound like my girlfriend now.
And then they're going to
Omitting the truth is just as bad as lying.
It's not. It's absolutely not.
I know it's not.
Because people don't. There's a lot of shit people don't deserve to know.
That's why they got to pay for it.
And that's what blows me away. It's like with Vince and Vince the lawyer and Stuttering John. Who gives a fuck?
Let's play this clip. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I'm gonna find Joey's thumb clip. What clip you want to play?
It's so wait, maybe did OJ like OJ and VTL, they had that little whatever. OJ got all pissed off because VTL was like using his family members' names or whatever or something.
Right.
And maybe their pictures too. I don't remember. But then, how did VTL get trolled?
VTL got trolled?
Yeah.
The only thing that I heard today, I
right
saw
now.
somewhere that
Great.
Pedro or whatever it is, Paolo Carnevale is not OJ's real name.
Okay.
And so,
I didn't. Okay.
has not done it, and is not his real name. And so all of this doxing and stuff that Vince has been doing is of people who have no relation to OJ and no relation to the Dabbleverse.
How did VTL get trolled? Some Shuli type lame work, but I'm not really sure. Huh? I don't even know. I don't know. If somebody in chat knows, great, but
Yeah.
VTL
I don't know.
is just, I think he's a necessary evil. Like, he brings
I don't.
balance.
I think we'd be fine without him. The answer to the question is I have never asked him.
We should get him on, though. He brings in the super chats.
We should, but I'm not monetized, so it's like I'm kind of saving him until we get.
Talk to fucking Papa Melton, dude.
We get sued.
Get the fucking supertip.gg up in here.
Yeah, I could get the supertip.gg up in here,
man.
but you know what? You gotta. I need to be more consistent with the streams, and because Melton's not going to want to give. Invest time and energy and effort into giving people super tips who are like, yeah, and then he's never going to see them again.
Exactly, it's a good point.
So
let's get some episodes under your belt.
Well, it's also in any business you want to prove yourself a little bit, and I would be better.
Gente, go follow me on YouTube at David Sarah. I'm almost monetized.
Yes,
thank you.
Yeah, and and I want to get better before I start asking other people things like that. I'm perfectly happy to, ask how to do this, how to do that. But, something like that involves money or finances, I'll wait until I feel more comfortable.
Yeah. And already with your new laptop, your setup already looks pretty darn good. Looks pretty
This
darn.
laptop is life changing. I have to
Yeah, it's
tell you.
great. Yeah, yeah,
You know, thank you
yeah.
Best Buy,
Mm-hmm.
and because I wanted to buy one of these anyway, and look at it, it worked. I'm very happy with it. And so, hey, what streams do you have that you want to put up? The Chad
The second one's the
MLC.
Chad one. We can do the Chad one.
Um,
I'm sure everybody's already seen it by now, but let me grab a beer.
the first one, yeah, I know. It's just that
The first one's really long. It's Ray on MLC.
the first one, oh no, the first one I have is TM Zumach breaking, and Ray DeVito answering questions. I don't really want to shit on Ray, so I mean, I'd be happy to, but uh, there's no. I like him. There's nothing to shit on him about. What I am amazed though is like, so my questions about John and Kate Meany are, did did John, do you think, can you hear me yet? Do you think John, do you think John disclosed that he's got a lifelong STD, or does he just figure that Kate already has it? So why bother?
Yeah, maybe she thinks that, but obviously they didn't have sex. Second of all, obviously Kate Meany sent that picture to Chad. Obviously, Kate Meany is still trying to punk and do work on Chad and KB, like I've been saying for months. Like my sources told me, and like I told KB and fucking Stevie Lou, and Stevie Lou decided to trust the Spurgs over me. Fine, Stevie. I tried. You want to block me? Chad, you want to block me? You want to stop responding to my messages, KB? That's fine.
My
But
my
whoever Stevie Lou's sources are, I guarantee that they're my friends and they like me more.
my source is telling me that Chad is well aware that Kate Meany is trying to troll him. So, that's score one for Chad if that's
I
possible.
I respect it. This is what Kate Meany is doing is very, very good groundwork to not only harden yourself in the future for future influencer trolling, like so that you cannot be trolled. Because the best way when you're being trolled nonstop on the internet, what do? You take your best troll and you judo toss and you take his energy and you turn him into a moderator. Now I did that with Pickles Cage, and he deleted all my logos from my Discord channel and all my emojis, and he removed all the roles and everything. So that didn't work.
And he kicked you off
But
Echo Pineapple's show that we were supposed to do together.
well,
I wound up doing an hour myself.
Eccles the one who took me off. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, I just would.
I mean, Eccles the one who put me in the backstage. But like, what did he even do that day? He said something that nobody heard, and I said, "What are you saying over there, dummy?" And then Eccles took me off, and then that was it.
Wow.
Great troll, people.
We did talk about you afterwards.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Only
Who else is there to talk about?
I'm
You're
like
talking about
Ray. I
Pickles
want
Cage?
everybody to succeed. I only say good things about Dave. You know,
No, talk
Part-
shit. I don't care.
part of what seems to be like troll prevention, if there is that, is don't say anything on the air, or well, actually, the air doesn't matter, but don't say anything in private to anyone that you don't want to come out.
100%.
You've got to assume that it's going to come out.
Yeah.
And if you make a mistake and you say something you didn't want to say, assume it's going to come out, but prep yourself for responding to it.
Yeah. At this point, just assume nothing is private.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you just, I mean,
And that's it's true, because like I'll get DMs from people that'll say like some really crazy shit about somebody.
yeah.
And you're like, I know what they're trying to do is to get me to talk about it. You
I don't
know?
even get those messages anymore because I ignore all of them because I know how because they know they can't get me with that bullshit because
Yeah.
I'm so in the zeitgeist that like people don't even try to come to me anymore and like spread bullshit because that was something people used to do back in the day. First of all, too, they used to like come to me and ask me, "Do you know who this person is or do you know who that person is?" And usually I don't know that shit, nor would I ever give up any of that stuff. You know, like me joking around, like yeah, anyway, like so they don't even I don't even get that. For with you, I could totally see even with stuttering because that's a big move with stuttering John. That's the thing people do on boomers, which is like make up a fake email them or DM them like, hey, this is so and so, you're doing great, and then start manipulating them. The long game. It's scary. It's
My
scary.
yeah, my thing with Stuttering John is I have a source, but it's sporadic and occasional. And it's just somebody that he drinks with
Yeah,
who goes to the same bar.
right.
And
You mentioned.
the guy, and then the guy just he decides he's going to tell me things. And generally speaking, what usually happens is John talks a lot. He's drunk. He says a lot of
Yeah.
stupid shit, and but he does the drunk thing, right? So he'll say something like about his kid, and then he'll backtrack. No, I was just joking. That was I. You wasn't really in it, or the integrity verification, you know. And the thing is, too, is the guy he drinks with is a drunk. So, um,
Yeah, of
how
course.
do I
Everybody's
know?
drunks beget drunks. Of course.
How do
Yes.
I know? Because what I was told by one of his somebody that he drinks with or was drinking with, I should say, is probably a better way to put it, was that the reason why he picked December 31st to quit going on, his show and all this other stuff was because that 2025 was going to be the year of John. You know, he
What
had
does
a
that
bunch of
mean?
he had a bunch of stuff lined up. He was going to stop drinking for a while just to prove that he could stop drinking because he doesn't think of himself as an alcoholic.
Do you think he
Um,
drinks every single day?
he was going to work more. He was going to work more on. He wouldn't call it reconciling, but he was going to work more so he could spend more time with his kids and travel and stuff. And it's just like it's all of it's typical like drunky guy stuff, right? You get loaded, you get all, oh, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
And
it's coke talk. It's fucking cocaine talk.
right. And then, but it's always in the future. It's never, it's dieting on Monday, right? But Monday
Yeah, yeah,
never
yeah, yeah, yeah,
comes.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And
He's
then
the biggest procrastinator in the world.
And if we're even remotely correct that his credit score is around 440, you can't you can't give up 50 grand a year. That's what he would be giving up. Because that's what he's
Oh
been making
yeah,
on the super chats,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah. You'll
and
find
who knows?
you when you're making 80. Well, whatever. 88,000 is the gross. When you're
Right.
making when you're the sixth most super chatted show in the United States in the comedy category, and you make $88,000, you find a way to keep doing that, my friend. This is
Exactly.
just. I, I honestly think this. I honestly think this. You know how like they always talk about the government playbook. It's this is the playbook, whatever. This is John's playbook. He doesn't know anything else. Maybe he keeps forgetting. Maybe he literally keeps forgetting that he's done this before. I don't know what to tell you.
Or
Like
no, but the thing I want to
it's
interrupt.
too easy.
I know I want to interrupt this for a second. And I promise that I still have my brains left, so I'll get back to the other thing. But thank you, Genta. I would take any help possible, and I'm sure Dave would too. And we'll have Dave put up his YouTube channel because he's very close
Thank you.
to monetization, and that's why it makes Dave a really good guy. Is we do this on my channel, which isn't close at all, and
Yeah.
instead of Dave going, no, we have to do it on yours, on mine, whatever. He's been helping me out. All right,
Well,
here's the
well,
story.
in all reality, it's because I don't want my shit to get fucking struck because of these fucking clowns out there. You
He
never know.
does he does remember the stuff that he did before. It's not that he's forgetting it. What he's doing is this time I'm serious. That's what it is. I
Yeah,
know
I
I
know.
know I said I was going to start that diet on Monday. But, I was just sort of thinking about it. Now I know I'm really going to do it next Monday. And then, months go by and it's like, well, maybe not. Um, Dave, Dave is right. It's what makes his integrity verification. He has no memory of what he
I,
said. Oh, this is,
look,
I'm sorry. I
there's
should put this
look,
up.
and look, and I think there's a little bit of right to everything. Everybody's a little bit right, probably. You're a little bit right. I'm a little right, but with, um, hey, let's start speculating. Maybe, like, I'm trying to really decide or think like this whole thing with Vince. Like, everybody knows it's a bogus lawsuit, but for some reason, John still kind of goes along with it, which makes me think maybe it's not so bogus. But the bogus part is that went from 12 million to probably something ridiculously easy to do, like $6,000, maybe. I don't
Maybe
like
two.
maybe he convinced them so much that like he actually signed away something on his channel. Maybe it's all a work. Okay, I don't even care at this point. But maybe he can't do his show in 2025. Maybe VTL said, "All right, you don't want to have me on. You don't want to do this. You don't want to play along. That's it. You can't do your show anymore." I don't know.
I, so anyway, Ozzy says he worded this wrong, but I get what he's saying. I think what it is, I don't think it's not that he can't remember who he said what to. I think what happens is when, he's got booze and edibles and Klonopin and everything else in
And
him
cocaine.
and
Dude, the coke face. I'm
cocaine,
telling you, the coke face. You could see it
his,
in his face. He does.
I know, but let me finish. Will you just for a second, all right?
I know.
Just shut up. I think when he's got all that stuff, I think the floodgates are open, and that's when the honesty comes out. And he tells these things to people, and he's honest. But I've been there, and I will tell you that, you know, you wake up the next morning and you're right. You don't really remember what you said. And then when you get caught, I think the integrity verification, that's the lie. The lie is, oh, I said this to him to verify his integrity, when the reality is it was the truth in the beginning, but the truth is embarrassing and it's bad. So I'm going to call it something else.
I don't remember if I was on Ozzy's show. Maybe we even talked about this. The when the whole verification integrity verification thing came out too. I remember maybe this was one of the first conversations I might have had with you, Schmuel, on the phone, which was, and I can't believe we're two fucking grown men talking about stuttering John on the phone and his integrity verification. Of course, it's retarded.
Well, at least we had our
But
clothes on at the time. Go ahead.
okay, but the remember how stupid he was for the way he was trying to go about it when he first started talking about this. He started talking about how he would give information to people and see who leaked it, but the motherfucking idiot would give the same piece of information to the same people and not different pieces of information. How are you gonna sniff out the person if you give them all the same thing?
Nah, he's just, you get, been there, man. You get drunk and you talk a lot, God, if 5% of the promises came true that I made when I was drunk, I would be rich, successful, and living in a much bigger house.
It's like okay, I sent the picture to Rob Saul, Kate Meany, and Clay Dabler. So if it leaks, it's only one of them.
It's one of the three.
But you're gonna send them the same picture, same picture. Okay.
Yeah, I'm convinced that the integrity verification is he forgot what he said. He said it, or he didn't mean to say it. Then he forgot what he said, and then when he remembered that that's what he said, or something like it, because that's the worst part about being a blackout drunk is you eventually remember because
Exactly.
somebody reminds you,
Yeah. Oh, that little chestnut.
and then you're like, oh my God, and it's like, I did that. I mean, there were a number of things that I did while blacked out, but that was a big one. I would say a lot of shit and not remember it, but it mostly involved my relationships, where I would make promises and say we were going to do something, and then like, oh yeah, I'm going to take you here and we're going to do this and we'll do, and then the day would come, or it would be close to the day, and I'd be like, what, are you kidding me? I don't want to do that, like not remembering it. And disappointing women enough times is a quick way to not have women to disappoint.
Well, there's not much you can do about your cock, but it's so true with John especially. It's like with the excuse me, with John especially. Um, uh,
So my this is part of my
I'm
view,
wet brained.
part of my view of him and what he does is that this stuff, being a slob,
Oh,
being a drunk, being those things, those are cool when you're younger. When you're in your
yeah,
20s and a chick comes over and she's like, "Oh, you never put your clothes away. Let me put your clothes," like that kind of
yeah. When
stuff.
you're 35, it's no longer cool.
When you hit, when you're in your 50s and you've got three
Yeah,
kids,
we
you're
know.
just
Yeah,
a fucking loser,
yeah. When
right?
you're
Like
38, living with your family and doing cocaine, it's not very
the other
cool.
night, getting tired doing his laundry and cleaning 3 litter boxes. Like, people do this every day. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
doing laundry is not that big of a deal. You throw a fucking pod in the washing machine and you press a button. Boom. I know, and he's not folding.
no, well, also, yeah, you could tell, yeah, or ironing, or, but with the okay, this is what I was gonna say. This is why I think he's actually been a heavy cocaine user in the past, and still might be considered one, might be doing it, and like which is like the it seems like his tolerance some nights are different than others too. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, because you remember a lot of those coke nights. It's
Yeah, it was
it's when
never
you
a big.
think it's when you think you can have 15 beers and you actually drink 15 beers and then
Yeah.
realize you
You,
should have stopped at 10 because you didn't have the
you know,
performance enhancing drugs.
in my 30s, I had a heart attack. So, and I had to have like emergency
It's
surgery and
wild, bro.
all that stuff, right? And so, um,
It's wild.
I just remember talking to a cardiologist one day, and he said, we're talking about pot, and he said the only drug that he's ever known that was really bad for the heart was Coke. And,
Yeah.
we were both much younger at the time, but he was saying the dude blew out his heart, needed a heart transplant, and couldn't get one because he was a Coke addict,
Oh
and
no, that sucks.
and
Oh, that's
passed
probably pretty
away.
good actually.
And I was like, you know, maybe I'll stay away from that stuff. But I also prefer
Good idea.
I prefer downs. That's my thing.
Yeah,
I'm
Milton's wife.
I tend to be wired. I tend to be like my brain doesn't stop. So it's like, oh, get me something that slows down the thoughts, and keep me from lying awake in bed, till 4 in the morning. But
Yes,
I
yes.
I want to put this up, and I actually want to answer it. The Kate and John story is literally high school nonsense. This is from our buddy the Aussie guy. We are no longer adults. We are all children. Yeah. A lot of what we talk about is childish, right?
Huh?
And it is high schoolish stuff. But at the same time, right? You're talking about a guy who was on the most popular radio show in the history of radio, on the number one late night show, all of these things, and has and a family, a wife, 3 kids, all this other stuff, and it's a fascinating study to see, you know, the fall, but not only the fall, the continued digging, right? Like the first rule of holes is to stop digging. And it's like this guy's never put down the shovel. He just does it more and more and more. And it's like it's fascinating to watch. It's going to be better than reading the biography in a few years. You're going to have lived it. you know, or
Eh,
lived through it.
Aussie guy, with all due respect, if you're trying to have an out, shit out, like if you're trying to see who's more pathetic between all of us, I was a child back in 2018 when I first started following Stuttering John. I'm a teenager, which is not better. It's not worse. I mean, I don't even know if it's better or worse. It's just that, you're. This is new to you. This is like fun. Us, it's like that. It's like we're old crackheads. We're smoking like we just smoke crack just because we've been smoking crack for 30 years. That's why I only watch Stuttering John because I've been doing it since for.
Yeah,
Can't save me, brother. Save yourself.
we're look, we're obviously children because if we were
Obviously.
adults, we would just go, "Oof, what an asshole," and walk away. You know, and interesting thing. Much of my life involves attorneys, and when the
Right.
Stuttering John lawsuit came out, and
One of
I
us.
asked these guys, attorney friends of mine, I had them look it up and whatever, and they were like, the attorney involved, they were like, what an asshole this guy is. Like, they couldn't imagine wasting the time, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And the
But
thing is,
some
too,
guys
is
like wasting the time.
he did have John in a bind because John couldn't just walk away from it. Because if he just walked away from it, Vince would wind up with a judgment. I don't think he'd wind up with 12 million five. I don't know how much he'd have to prove um, loss, but he'd definitely wind up with some sort of default judgment, and that would hang over John's head. But Vince is a weird dude. It's like he's like a stern super fan, and any connection he can get with any of these guys, that's that's what he wants. It's like it seems like that's what his life is about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all here for it too. I mean, what the fuck? Who cares? Look. I there's only a couple storylines I can really follow in this whole thing. One of them is like this. This is I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm just so confused. I don't know if it's a work on a work. I can't. If it works and shoots and ladders and heroes and heals. I don't know. It's fun. Again, VTL is a necessary evil. I don't even know how much money he actually has. He did some fucking account where he calls his account. Like I listen to him every time he's on for the most part, but he does a stupid account thing where he calls and it tells his bank account like the amount of money that's in his bank account. It's like 2,345,600 whatever, and
But
it's like okay,
yeah.
it's probably a fake thing.
Well,
Like you
it
can
might not
get
even be a
those.
fake account, but it might be his Iola account. So,
Well, whatever.
you
I'm
know,
just
no. But I got it. The thing with lawyers is
yeah, throws
lawyers
his money
get
around a little bit. Yeah.
lawyers. No. Lawyers get paid money, and lawyers hold money, right? So it's like you might have $2 million in your account
I know what you mean.
because that's what you have to pay out
Right.
for settlements and stuff, and you get a percentage of that. So,
Sure.
but who knows? And look, it wouldn't be beyond Vince's capabilities to even set up, you know, somebody to do that for him, and that's he definitely seems to have the money. The danger with a guy like with him though is, you can look stuff up on people. The only thing that Vince can't really go for is,
This is a fucking asshole.
yeah, he can't
Fuck
go.
that guy.
He can't go for your DMV records, and he can't go for your credit report, right?
Why?
Without your permission, they're not allowed. And for the DMV, he has access to the DMV. I know because I have the same access. You have access to the DMV, but you have to keep a logbook, now it's digital, but you have to keep a logbook, and every time you access a DMV record, you have to have a reason for doing it. So if somebody were to complain and they came to you and, like, let's say for argument's sake, he ran your motor vehicle report for no reason, just because he wanted to see who you were or where you lived,
Ah,
and you said California is not going to happen because it's such a pain in the ass. But
right.
but the deal is, he runs that, somebody complains or they audit his stuff and they're like, well, why did you do that? What was
I
there?
know.
Where was there a case involved? Was there an accident? Was there a claim? Right? Were you trying to track this person down for a reason? It's got to be a legitimate reason.
Yeah. No, I get
Yeah.
it. But what does that have to do with? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, no, but
What was your point? Sorry, what
you
was your
you
point?
interrupted me. I
No, I
apologize.
didn't. Shut up.
No, but the thing is that those are the only two things he can't get. But he can get a lot of other stuff, and
Sure.
it's expensive. If you or I try to do it, it would be
Yeah.
expensive. But
Yeah, because he
because
has
he's a
access.
lawyer, he has subscriptions to these things. He has a subscription to Nexus Lexus. He has a subscription to Westlaw. He's got a subscription to all these things. So it doesn't cost him anything,
Yeah.
right? And he gets to write all that shit off as well. You know?
Which we learned from Ray this week. When you write off stuff, that means you don't have to pay for them.
Oh,
He
did
didn't,
he
he
say
didn't
that?
actually. No, no, no. He didn't actually say that. But he. And it was pretty good.
By the way, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention your awesome hoodie.
Thank you to my Kill Tony Discord Secret Santa.
Wow.
Opie and Anthony. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Sweater.
That's a good Secret Santa gift.
Fuck yeah, dude. And last year knocked out of the park too. I got a Tower 7 shirt that looks like 7-Eleven. That's like
Wow.
a 9/11 reference.
Hey, I'm with you, Aussie guy. We are children. You know? So, Aussies, put your headset back on. Aussie's been going pretty hard on Gino lately. And,
Good. Good.
you know, since Gino left, can you hear me? No. So I'm talking to myself. So when Gino left YouTube, I basically left Gino as well. It's like I don't watch his Rumble show. It's like a pain, and I have Rumble Premium, but I don't watch his Rumble stuff. I haven't seen any of the Gorilla stuff.
Oh, really?
Know? Yeah, and then
I mean, he doesn't last 10 seconds without bringing up John. And he start kind of like, he realizes he brings up John right away. And then like Gorilla kind of even backs off a little bit. And then Gino realizes and he goes, I mean, look, again, I've been not even a ball washer or a defender. I've just been like, I don't even know Gino. There's no reason for me to hate Gino. I've never interacted with him in that way to like, again, I've said this a million times, like, it's going to take a lot for me to hate you. Chad Zumach, I hate you because you charge people, you know, a lot of money for a show that has garbage, sound, no whatever. Schmuel, you were there. And then you also did Kevin Brennan's jokes. So, you know, plus
I didn't do Kevin Brennan's jokes.
Not you,
Chad
Chad
did.
Zumach. So that's why I say I hate you. And even then I give him props on MLC for the job that he does by not playing right into Kevin's thing. At least plays the game how it's supposed to be played. Because it's funny, because even sometimes Kevin will be like, Chad, you're not playing along. I'm going to kick you off right now. You're not playing along. When he goes, he'll say some shit like, oh, I like Greg Fitzsimmons. Chad. You're not playing along right now. You want to get kicked off? And it's like, no, dude. But the Greg Fitzsimmons thing, I'll bring that up in a second too. But going back, it's just, yeah. Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I
I'm
already lost
interested. I'm interested. I don't.
Gino?
I,
Like,
no,
I don't. But I
I
don't,
just
like.
I would not call like Kevin calling Fitzsimmons and say, you know, your daughter's fucking stuttering or goddaughter's
Dude.
fucking stuttering John and you're a nobody. You know?
No. Somebody, I think Chris Mack sent him a fucking super chat afterwards, like, at least say Merry Christmas afterwards.
Yeah, right.
And like, dude, but I want, so I on the Fitzsimmons' last video with Ari Shafir, I left a comment and said, play the KB voicemails.
Uh-huh.
And I tweeted at him, like, to play the KB voicemails. Because it's brutal, dude. It's fucking stutter John. Like, and then now his fucking microphone is crackling and then but then you can hear the reverb in the background, sort of. I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
crackling. There, right. He people seem to like the crackling, and that's why he doesn't buy a
It's
better
funny.
microphone.
It's a good shtick, whatever. But the other
You
day,
know.
I mean, you can't beat like there are not too many people that are comedians at one point, and there were comedians that would say Jim Norton's so desperate he married a dude. Like, I mean, like, come on, dude. There's no chill with him. And holy shit, I can't. I love it. I'm a cuck. I'm an ML cuck.
You are an ML. You are
I
an
am.
ML cock.
I'm
I just
cucking.
by
Shut
the
up and take
way,
my money, dude.
when it comes to Grillo, Phil Elmore uh, thought that Grillo was defending Stuttering John. Do
He
you get that at
was.
all?
There was some defending. There was. No, he even said that he went on Shuli's show, and Shuli tried to get him to start talking shit, and Shuli didn't want. And then Gorilla said, with all due respect, I don't want to talk shit about my friend, even with the faults that he has, yada yada. And he's like, and you refrain from any of the conversation. So I don't know how much
So what did
Gorilla
he do
actually
on
did.
Gino's show?
So then, kind of the same thing. Like I think MLI pulled it. Should we pull the clip?
Yeah, see if you got it. I didn't see it.
But you got to play it because for some reason
Yeah, I'll
I
play
got to
it.
open it in my
Just
other
put it in the
browser.
private chat.
Yeah.
Hell, you could put it in the regular chat. Everybody can watch it.
It's over. It's
Hey,
done.
and somebody, speaking of MLI, somebody put up a tweet, and I can't find it, with all of the Clippers, the top 5 or 6 Clippers, and their Venmos or PayPals or whatever. And I can't find it. I wanted to, if you know what it is, if you saw it, send it to me.
Oh,
At
Gorilla.
at Buckman Schmuel on Twitter, on X.
Gorilla. How do you spell
I would
it?
like to make my year-end contributions.
Shit, man. One sec. Gotta find it real quick.
I could look it up. But who?
How do you spell Mason Gorilla? Who was it that did it? Was it? Give me a second. I'll find it right now.
I'm looking for it, and I find a guy in Mali grilling the grass. Grilling the grass. Look,
I'd like to take some Molly.
oh, you and Molly.
Molly, 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 Molly. All right,
Hey, did we talk about what pussies you guys are with the whole
Threesomes?
threesome and the drug thing?
Yeah,
And
they boy did they roasted you on MLC the other day.
yeah, I don't give a fuck. But this is
Well,
this
who
was like
believes
my
he was
thing
ever
with.
in a threesome?
No, here's my thing with that was
She said they don't believe you because you're old. That's the only reason. But I believe you more because you're old.
Yeah, but I'm going back to the fucking. Yeah, I wasn't old when I did it. It's not
Obviously.
It's not like I've been
Yeah.
able to wick but around like
We
now.
know,
Probably,
we get it.
probably the best I could do now would be fucking Lemon Party, right?
And they say children have good imaginations. They don't.
But no,
Okay,
but
they don't.
no, but I'm like, you guys are all such a bunch of pussies. You're all like a bunch of religious pussies. When the whole thing came out with Steel Toe, right, and April and
Religious.
whatnot, I was like, good for April. Yeah, calling her a whore, calling her. Fuck that. She wanted to get some. You're not getting it at home. You got to get it somewhere. And it's not cheating if your husband's there, sitting in a chair. And it's like people swing. I know people. I know people that swing. They're nice people,
Ugh.
right? The whole problem with that is that
old
Aaron
people, too.
Steeltoe is a giant fucking pussy. He's another one of these 30-something-year-old guys, another fucking beta male. None of you guys stand up. Really, it annoys the shit out of me. And you fucking bust boomers all. You're busting us for our stuff. You guys are sitting at home playing video games.
Yeah.
We had to go out. We actually had to do things.
It's not religious. It's what they call involuntarily celibate. Incels. That's what they are.
Incels.
Yeah.
Yeah, but oh man, but
I
you're
mean,
not
I'm voluntarily celibate.
right. But the thing is, it's not involuntary; it's voluntary. Because
I'm a vocel.
anybody can get laid. Anybody, you just got to get out there enough,
I want you to
right?
start yelling into your microphone. Wake up that wife of yours.
You got to go. She's call. I hear her calling the dog, but oh,
Wow.
it's early. She's probably and
It's,
the great thing about I have to say there are many great things about Mrs. Buckman. One of the greatest things is she goes to sleep, and when she goes to sleep, she doesn't she's out like a fucking light and a bomb could go off.
yep.
But it's 6:30 in the morning, man.
The
She's
old
boom
Cosby.
out of bed and
Right? Slipped her a Mickey, right?
not me. No.
No? Oh, okay.
Not her.
Dude.
I never it's like weird. She's only probably the one woman that I've been with that has this it's a very regular like sleeping ability to sleep.
So you're
Can't
saying
stay
she's
awake.
regular.
She's regular. Yeah, we're all regular. Ha ha
good.
ha. No, but
Good, man.
seriously, like this incel stuff,
Yeah.
like a lot of the guys with when I'm reading the chats and they're insulting other people and saying shit about them, I'm like, they're sitting at home in XXL fucking boxer shorts, right? Like, this is what I do. Tap, 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 tap all day, right?
It's like what Dice says. That's why you're a triple belly or a quadruple belly. You fat fuck.
I know, but this is why they go after guys like they'll go after Tukey or they'll go after other creators because it's like, oh man, they're doing what I wanted to do, and I could do it better. I could do it, but they don't take the fucking risk.
God knows I take a lot of shit on Twitter and in the chat. I'm in there. I'm out there. I'm stone castable or tomatoes throwable. You know. My
Yeah,
words
but
make any
look,
sense.
the deal with this is like life is risk, man, and if you don't take risks, you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah, it's not
You
just
know?
that though, but it's in other words like when people talk shit to me, I literally just assume that they're joking with me and that they like me. I don't even pretend like it was. I mean, it could be some of the most malicious shit. I mean, Smuttering John calling me a pedo. Obviously, I don't think he's joking with me. I think he's just trying to pick the stupidest, dumbest thing to like latch onto. Obviously,
Yeah,
but like
and
hold
that
on,
the whole like
but
that's the new thing. The pedo thing is the new thing.
Dave
'Cause
Sarah
these guys got
sucks,
nothing
this and
else.
that, it's not funny. Yada blah.
They got
Or like
they got nothing else. That's
cokehead,
like
all that shit. Like
it's like. Did you watch Ray? You watched Ray last night, right? With Rob Saul.
yes, but like
Cool.
that's I just assume that those people are just like those people are just trying to be funny and they're doing a bad job of it. And, and that I'm
No,
not actually unfunny.
I think Liam's trying to be funny. I think Rob Saul was trying to be honest. Rob Saul is like, he's really upset, and so he's trying to challenge Liam, and maybe his witty retort, but his witty retort is calling Liam fat, right?
Okay.
How many times can you call Liam fat,
A lot, trust me.
right? And Liam knows.
There's much better ways than
Liam
how
knows
Rob,
that Liam knows that Liam's fat.
trust
And
me.
you're just calling somebody fat
we know that.
is not
Tr-
is not
no.
you
No,
know you
no,
could
you have-
you could ask
you have to
the
get
better
sneakier.
question. Yeah, the better
course.
question is like,
You gotta get
you know,
sneakier and
do they
sneakier.
have to put you in a special chair when you're in class?
You write these down.
Right?
You
Do you
wrote
get
these
to
down
use the
early this
disability
week.
elevator?
There's no riffing, Schmuel. Okay,
You know?
no. I'm sorry. Say those again. Sorry. One more
No,
time.
it's all right. It's okay. It's okay.
I apologize. That's
I'm
rude
not
of me to
funny.
do that.
I'm not funny anyway.
No.
But,
that's not what I mean. I
you know?
apologize. That's rude. I want you to keep doing the writing stuff. That's pick up a pen, write a couple jokes, say one
Pick
of the
up a
jokes.
pen. I always write notes when I do these things because I wanted to mention
The-
some
I'm
stuff.
glad
Go ahead.
You can bring it up. You can say your jokes one more time. But hold on. With the Liam thing, I don't know. Like I know you don't like him all that much. But
I've actually come to like him. I hate to admit it.
But Rob saw. What are you gonna do? Rob was anxious. He was jumpy, not like jumpy like in the drug sense. Like his heart was racing. You could tell he was nervous, and so like he's like, it's just like an hook fucking when Rufio doesn't know what the fuck to say back
Right.
to Hook.
But
He goes, "You man, you stupid man,"
yeah,
like
but
some
if
shit that
you,
doesn't even make sense.
right, but it's not an excuse. It's not even a reason. Rob considers himself a radio professional. He's been doing this
No, he doesn't. Come
forever,
on.
right? He considers himself to be
I know what he
witty. He
considers.
considers himself he is there's no sense of where he looks inward and says, "Oh, maybe this isn't the area that I'm good at," or whatever. He comes on, he comes on, he's shitting all over Ray, and then Liam comes on, and Liam takes him down. But fuck Rob Saul. I mean, the way he last night, right, yelling at
Oh, we
Liam, oh
agree.
fatso, fat, blah blah blah.
Sort of,
But
sort
when
of.
he's on Stuttering John's show, he can't say a word. You know, he's a well trained dog. He's like a beaten old dog. Whatever SJ says, Rob. Oh, I'm sorry. He apologizes for everything.
Like, I don't want to keep going back to this whole don't talk to me about the don't talk to me about the old magic, which I was there when it was written spiel with Rob Salt. But this is a fight again, and nobody will know the parish I have faced. Not parish, but like nobody knows like my sorrows with Rob Salt. I've been I've made Rob Saul quit Twitter at least once or twice. At least once. At least once. He always goes back to the I'm rubber, you're glue thing. Whatever you say to him, he says right back to you. It's well documented on Twitter. You can go back and find Rob Saul. It's under one of his older Twitter accounts, I'm sure. And like again, it's because I was back in the day. I was watching him, Chris Abels, and Bob Levy when they had their own Levyverse, the first Levyverse, before he was even on MLC ever. Like he had been on with Kumia, but he would never even been on really on MLC. I don't even know if MLC was even a podcast yet. But like Rob Saul, yeah, I mean he had been doing this for a while. He was bad then. He's bad now. We have literally have two. I'm gonna disclose them. So, the 35 people that are subscribed to the channel, you're gonna hear some shit that please don't tell anybody. But I have two secret treaties with Joey C, and and Rob Saul.
Yeah, I look.
And it's like not secret treaties, but it's like
I,
it's just like all right, man.
there's a
There's
ceasefire.
there,
There's a
there,
ceasefire in effect. Is
at,
basically what
at
you're
some
saying.
point, there's not much I can
Yeah,
say more about you.
I just no,
So
but you don't get. You don't get to be Rob
I've
Saul.
trolled
And
both those people into submission. Is what I'm trying to
you
say.
don't get to be Rob Saul. Come on John's show. Do your anti-Semitic shit, right? Go after the Jews, do all stuff, and then go, oh no, that's not it. That's it's funny, it's funny. And then when you get confronted, you start, you're fat. That's why you're fat. You're ugly. You're stupid. You haven't combed your hair. I mean, come on,
Ad
Rob.
hominem attacks,
But yeah, and it's just like,
and they're not funny. I know.
but you're not.
He
But
literally
you,
used the
but
same
you,
joke
but wait,
twice
you're the guy that was like,
that somebody else used.
when they interview you, you talk about, oh, I did radio back, when I was a radio guy and I did this, and then we did this show, and then look,
He was
I've,
on Kubrick a couple of times. It's forgettable, not
I've
memorable
heard,
at all.
right, I've heard that Levy's love of him has to do with his ability to provide certain materials, and
Oh, this is my
that
turn.
was it, and that's kind of what, and it seems that
Yeah,
would be the case,
yeah.
because it's like, because Bob seems to know talent. I'm not particularly fond of Bob these days, but he seems to know talent, and that isn't there. But
I mean, that's because they were just able to just shit. Like the whole show was them shitting on Saul, and that he couldn't take it. Like the whole show was that. That's what I'm
well,
saying.
it's not
That's
that
why
he.
he, that's why he doesn't like it. That's why he's like, that's what I mean, that's why I stopped doing that show with Bob Lee, because literally it was just Abel's, the chat, and Bob Levy shitting on Saul for an hour and a half.
Well, yeah, but it's right, but it's the same thing. It's like it's almost like the Ray thing. The reason why you're getting shit on is because of the
Because you
reactions that
don't
you're giving.
getting shit on. Yeah, you can't take getting shit on. You
If
can't
you
fight
yeah, if
back,
you were like,
and your comebacks are weak.
yeah, whatever, yeah, right,
Pick up a pen,
or even not come back, like, yeah,
bro.
whatever.
If I knew I was going on a podcast every single, like even with Granny and shit, when I was going on BYB pretty consistently, every week or every couple weeks, I knew I was going on with Granny and Lemmy. I'd massage a topic and throw out a fucking like some kind like have a inbred joke on you know
I had no idea
on
Lemmy was such
fucking on shotgun like
a
having
Chad
on
fan.
deck.
I don't know if you saw BYB last
Yeah,
night,
I've
but
I've 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 argued with her about this plenty.
you know,
Surprised, and she's not a yeah, she's a Chad fan. Hey, be a Chad
no, I mean
fan.
look. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I'm surprised considering who
People will
she
lose
is
morals
normally a
like people
fan
will
of.
lose morals. Look
Yeah,
who Granny married. And look who Lemmy married. Look at her situation.
yeah.
That
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I'm just fucking around. I'm
I'm
just
not going
joking.
there
I
on that.
I
Yeah,
love
no.
Lemmy. I love Granny. Of
I
course,
don't
people were
insult.
joking.
I don't look.
I don't be punching down. They live in a
I
fucking
don't know enough
trailer.
about him to like or dislike him. So
No, they're great. They're great.
he's funny on. Some of the stuff he does is
They're both funny.
is pretty funny. So.
Lemmy's especially funny when you don't treat her like a woman.
Well, the thing about Lemmy that I liked is, like Brennan was saying, she doesn't say anything. She
She shuts
doesn't.
down when you treat her like a woman.
But when she does say something, it's good. It's either
Well, plus,
humorous or to the point, or it's good. But I was laughing because last night I think it was the first time I saw her like getting upset. Like I felt like she was getting upset that these guys were going after Chad so hard. But we can move on.
no, I love it. Lemmy was getting upset. I mean, yeah, Lemmy's known for being obviously a Chad nut hugger. She's seen him live a few times in Florida. He's a Florida native. Especially when you meet somebody, it's much more disarming. I think they've met before, like the three of them, Granny, Lemmy. I believe so. I could be wrong.
Yeah, no,
But
it's what do you call it? It's just tough. Like
it's
I've
disarming.
seen
It could
Chad
be,
perform live, and it was like, like maybe you want to get a day job,
yeah.
you know, but that's it.
Somebody is pretty gay.
All right, what do we got left? Because I got to wrap it
All
up.
right, let's
Mrs.
wrap it up
Mrs.
before.
Mrs. Buckman is
Hey,
sending me Mrs. I tell you, hey, wait, this is the part about being,
ideas
being
are everything.
married is the passive aggressive, when they're just trying to give you information.
Yeah.
I just got a text from Mrs. Buckman 14 minutes ago that said,
Oh.
um, I have to drop some. We're taking people out for lunch tomorrow. A nephew and a cousin up in the Bronx, and we're down in the middle of New Jersey tonight. And she's like,
Ray, why'd you
if
take?
you
Hey, want
if
to
you
have
want to
one for
go,
lunch?
she's like, so I have to make a stop in Queens, and she's like, if you want to go to Woodside first, we have to leave by. If you want to go to Woodside first, we have to
Woodside?
leave by 10,
What's
which is
Woodside?
Mrs. Buckman's way of saying you need to wrap up that stream you're doing and
What's happening in the
and
morning?
get to bed, huh?
Oh, I see.
Because it's like you're not gonna because
It's too late.
what
'Cause
right
it's
her
gonna-
her
you're gonna be
repeated
too-
she
you're gonna be
gets
too- yeah.
man the chick she pops up boom and she's effective and her description of me is you're not so good in the mornings.
Yeah, get your ass up, stupid.
I always like to go try to explain to her that the way that would help would just she should go get me a cup of coffee, come on upstairs,
Boy.
disrobe, and
Should she not?
climb in and keep me warm.
Disrobe.
And
Is it
all right,
derobe?
are you going? Last thing, are you going to Atlantic City?
I mean, I'll fight. I'll pretend like I am to like to fuck with Leo Gunn, but probably not.
Well, all right, because the airfare was was cheap. Oh God, excuse me. If you come into Newark, I'll drive you down. And if you go into Philly, there's enough guys coming in and out of
It's
there.
fucking the dead of winter. What business do I have flying across the country for a Super Bowl party?
Because
For
that's the
if
time
I'm
to
gonna
do it. But
if I'm
you'll get
if I'm
to
gonna
meet
come
all
if
of
I'm
the
gonna
cool people.
no,
I'll get us a separate room,
it's
and we
fine.
can do the what do you call it? We could do the podcast and then cuddle after.
Just in the fucking dead of winter, leave Los Angeles. I mean, what am I
Wouldn't that
thinking?
just make you
I'll
appreciate
consider
it
it. I'll
more?
consider it. But then if I do, then I really got to fight this big motherfucker, and it's like a whole thing.
You're not gonna. No, you're not gonna fight. Oh my God.
Leo, unblock me from fucking Ray's chat and stop blocking me, little bitch.
You
Later.
are unblocked from Ray's
Dave,
chat.
YouTube. Dave. David
You
Sarah on YouTube.
you are unblocked from Ray's chat.
I want to miss everybody. I want to
So,
miss everybody.
but all right. So, but you
What?
are on for Hackamania, right?
Hagamania, like, it's pretty sure. I mean, I don't want to. I said I was going to go last year and I didn't go, so I'm not going to. But it's most likely going to happen. It's far enough to out where it's probably going to happen.
All right. You just you're just putting it off. You're putting off the decision. You should
I
buy
don't-
your
I don't
tickets
know.
now. You got the money now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, well, definitely have the money now.
I actually, I'm booked. I'm booked. Airfare, hotel, and
Yeah, you're ready, dude.
bought
Buckman's
my
going to
my
Hagamania,
VIP
dude.
ticket the
That's
first.
what's going to really make your channel.
I don't care about my chat. I
2025 year of Buckman.
I like doing
You know,
this,
dude,
and
Don't worry, with John gone.
And I hope that it-
power vacuum.
and I hope that it grows. But I don't care about monetization. This is a hobby to me. I have fun doing these streams. And if it ends, but it's cool because you go to Hackamania and the real streamers are there. The guys
the real streamers.
well, the guys
It's
the
like the
guys
first
that
time I went to
actually
TwitchCon.
the guys that actually
Oh,
possess a
balls.
talent. That's the amazing part. Like you're like, they're talented. They're not like me.
Fuck the streamers. You go to just like the reason I flew all the way to Tampa to go fucking see the WATP event. I didn't go to fucking meet Tukey or El Harible or Carl.
You wanted to
I
meet
went
Carl's
go
wife,
fucking
right?
do drugs with the fans. And that I
Yeah,
did.
but you get to my age and you
can't do
you've done
drugs,
that
baby.
and you can do it, and it's
know.
just like,
You're still
why
a
do
little
I need to
bitch.
fly to Vegas to do drugs? I
That's-
could just do it here.
Well, that's
know?
obviously.
And then the other thing is, when you get older and you get
there.
better insurance, you can get prescribed better drugs than you ever
cleaner
can
drugs.
on the street. No, better.
Yeah.
Just in any event. All right, my
Do
friend.
best
Hey,
Lane impression.
it's been
I
fun.
mean, I
Wait,
don't
let
know.
me I just want to
David,
check
Sarah, let's
one
go.
thing before you leave. Hold on.
Oh God, are you gonna porn bomb yourself?
No.
I got the hiccups.
No.
Like heartburn.
I wanted to see something. If
You're so cool,
So-
Dave. Thanks, buddy.
right now,
appreciate
Liam
it.
and wait, I am going to. If I can turn this
I even bought
fucking
meet and
thing
greet
off.
tickets.
Sorry.
I bought meet and greet tickets.
I'm gonna send a super chat.
Said one
I'm
word
go-
to Carl.
I'm gonna send a
Said
$10.
Said
I'm
hello
gonna
to
send
Carl. Said
I'm gonna
hello.
send
Hold
it-
on.
$2 super chat to KB to tell him to send Dave Sauer the link.
No. Oh, come
Liam's
don't do
on.
that. No. Please don't do that. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. That's so embarrassing and cringe. I am cool, Ozzy, man. Don't let anybody, and I mean anybody, DM you and tell you that I'm a pedophile.
Should I DM? Oh, you fucking asshole. Anyway, guys, it has been a blast, and hope to see you again soon. And yeah, exactly, Ozzy, exactly, right? Why would you go to a show to entertain yourself? I don't know. I don't get it. Wouldn't travel anywhere to go like get high with people. I could plenty of people in the neighborhood. I go because I want to see these guys. I'd love you to fly from Australia up to Las Vegas, and I won't pay for it though. But we could definitely do We could do a GoFundMe for you if we could get Joey C to DabbleCon too. We can get the Aussie guy to Las Vegas. Everybody think about that. Think about how we can do it. Anyway, Good night, everybody. It was great.